What's up, Leo? Yeah, living there talking head. Coming to you live with Dago, VRified Games. How we doing, Dago?
Hey Ed, how's it going?
Yeah, man, it's alright. So come on, man, what in the Pixar's Toy Stories going on over here?
Well Ed, today we're taking a look at Sugar Mess.
Sugar Mess? What's that, man? It sounds like if Joe Siwa reinvented himself as a hip-hop artist or something.
Yeah, no, it's not that. So firstly I'd like to say thanks to the devs for providing us a key so we can take a look at this game. Thank you very much indeed. Sugar Mess is available on MetaQuest 3. That's what we're playing it on. It's also coming to PSVR 2 and I believe Steam VR.
So, hey, yo, Dago.
Yeah.
Tell me, man. We sometimes get asked in the comments section what our daily driver is. Now, I assume our daily driver is that chauffeur guy who brings us to and from the studio and feeds us caviar and all the rest, but that's not what a daily driver is it, man?
No Ed. Nope, a daily driver is basically the HMD you use on the daily.
Oh.
The one you like the
yeah,
most.
all right. And what's your one?
Well Ed, I actually alternate between two, believe it or not, because they offer different experiences.
Oh?
Yeah. So, first of all, I've got a PSVR 2, which I use for, obviously, PSVR 2 gaming with my PS5, and also for PC, because the OLED panels allow for deeper blacks, and I find a bump in FOV versus my other HMD.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. And because it's wired, there's also a lot less noticeable compression, a lot less artifacting, and yeah, I like it. Now, out of the box, I found it quite uncomfortable, but we've solved that with Globular Cluster. With their CMP2 comfort mod, it is essentially 3 different head straps in one for your PSVR 2 that you can chop and change to your liking. You get 3 front pads, 3 rear pads, a padded top strap, a cloth top strap, and an adjustable rear pad that'll cup the back of your head. The 3 front pads include a fabric pad to absorb sweat, a cooling PU leather which is softer to touch on the skin, and an ultra soft pad for your forehead. On the rear, you get the same sweat absorbing fabric pad, a cooling PU leather pad, and a really cooling gel pad covered by silicone. A fantastic combination, and this allows me to game in my PSVR 2 a lot longer than I would with the stock strap. There's also no slipping, no sliding, and I can keep that sweet spot dialed in. The only drawback with my PSVR 2 on PC is the damn wire, Ed. Once you go wireless, it's hard to go back.
Uh-huh. Cool, man. So what's going on over here?
Okay, man. Yeah, so what is Sugar Mess? Well, okay. Go back to the heyday of commercial VR. Now, I'm talking when HTC Vive was going up against Oculus CV1, and they were battling it out to see who was going to be the dominant VR headset on the market. Was it going to be HTC Vive with Steam VR? Was it going to be Oculus CV1 with its Oculus Store? And for a period of time, I'm going to say 2017 to 2018, every second game released on either platform was a wave shooter.
A wave shooter?
Yeah. Now, the whole point of the wave shooter was it's essentially a tech demo for motion controls. The whole point was to show how accurate motion controllers could be in a VR environment. That's where the wave shooter came from. You stood in place and you shot off at enemies coming at you from 360 degrees. In the case of HTC Vive and Steam VR, it also showcased room scale because you could freely move around in your play space. The whole idea, though, was this is what your motion controller can do. That was the wave shooter.
Oh, okay.
Now, if Sugar Mess had released around then, it would have been right at home because that is what it is. It is a wave shooter, essentially.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, yeah, because, way back then when the market was oversaturated with wave shooters, people kind of got sick of them. They were repetitive. They didn't want to play them anymore. So they kind of went the way of the dodo. They died out. And we haven't seen a quote-unquote wave shooter for some time now. The last that comes to mind is maybe Propagation. But what was the wave shooter at its core? Well, its roots can be traced even further back to light gun shooters, I believe. Because the motion controller was being used in the same way a light gun would have been used in your arcade systems. Now, Sugar Mess seems to lean into that. Yes, it is a wave shooter, first and foremost, but it's also an arcade game. It is super arcadey.
What do you mean by super arcade?
Well, what I mean by that is the difficulty level ramps up. It's really addictive, it's really fun, and sort of the mechanics of the game itself. Although it is a wave shooter, how the waves come at you, it's hard to explain, but it's structured in a very arcade way. Like you'll get light wave, heavy wave, light wave, heavy wave, and so on and so forth. But the structure is very much of an arcade game kind of situation.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, this is not a bad thing at all. It's actually kind of a breath of fresh air because we haven't had this gameplay type for quite some time. So it kind of feels familiar, but new at the same time because it's been a while. And it's really fun that it's on the MetaQuest. Now, what makes Sugar Mess unique within the wave shooter genre? Well, as I said before, the arcade sensibility kind of sets it apart. Almost to the point that it doesn't feel like a wave shooter. Now, what do I mean by that? The wave shooter can feel repetitive after some time because you are literally just gunning down waves upon waves of enemies, and that is it. But Sugar Mess manages to break the monotony with how its waves are structured, with how the enemies come at you. You're kept on your toes, pretty much. The sensibility is, this is an arcade game. You're very much in the moment, and yes, it does make a huge difference. The art style, yeah, this is very much, I think Ed, you pointed out earlier on Pixar.
Yeah.
This very much looks like a Pixar-esque kind of cartoony, cutesy little world where Candy is alive, and for some inexplicable reason, let's call it revenge, they want to eat you. They want to eat you, and how do you fight back? Well, you've got these, what look like gumballs, that you load your gun with, and you shoot the candy with candy, basically. Yeah, there's not too much more to say. How the levels are broken up, there's cute little story sections, and also there's mini games too. But at its core, it's still a wave shooter. The base game is still a wave shooter, albeit in this nice arcade skin, cutesy fun graphics, so it is a lot of fun. So I think this mainly shines in short bursts gameplay. It will definitely appeal to younger gamers out there. I can definitely see the appeal for younger people. It's a lot of fun, it's cute. The arcade style is very easy to pick up and play, very easy to get to grips with, and it becomes addictive. What I will say though is it does suffer from the same problem that all wave shooters suffer from, and that is repetitiveness. So it can feel repetitive after some time. So just bear that in mind. So yeah, that is Sugar Mess for MetaQuest 3, coming to PSVR 2 and Steam VR. So I guess we're going to leave it there, you guys. Like, comment and subscribe. If you have any thoughts, queries, any critiques, put them down below. If indeed there are any games you'd like us to look at VRifying in the future, put those down below and we will presumably get back to you eventually. You can also follow us on TikTok for our adventures over there, which are basically condensed versions of what we do over here. And yeah, follow us on all social medias. All links will be in the descriptions, and yeah, looking forward to seeing you there also. Alright, VRified Games out.
Y'all, listen up. Exclusive deal time. If y'all in the market for a Meta headset, accessory, or game from the store, check out our affiliate links in the description for some money off on those bad boys. Not only will you get a sweet little discount on any of the sales, but we also get a little something, you know what I mean? It'd be much appreciated to help the channel out. Thanks, y'all. Yeah.